Hello, hello, hello. Me here. I haven't shared in a while. So I'm coming on here because this little lady is almost halfway through my third pregnancy now. And yeah, it's really interesting what comes up in each pregnancy in terms of maybe worries or fears or ideas. And for me, this pregnancy at the moment, something that I'm playing with is it's like I'm puffed. I'm puffed from moving around on my seat. Pregnancy got me good. So, okay, I want to talk to you about what I'm playing with this pregnancy. At the moment, I'm playing with something like this idea of I really just don't feel like giving birth again. Both of my first two births have both been very empowering, very respectful. Things went the way I wanted in the sense that I had, no interventions, and they went very smoothly. My second birth with Oscar, who is now just turned 2, that was quite ferocious. It was a couple of hours of very gentle kind of, taps on the shoulder that this is labor. And then it became quite an intense 2 to 3 hours. Some might refer to these kind of births as like a freight train type birth. And I have a little funny story about that actually, and why I think perhaps it became so intense. So Zeke was 2, he'd just turned 2 and had decided that he didn't really want to continue with his daytime naps the week that Oscar was born, which we've gotten past. Now he's occasionally napping still. But, at the time, it's like they know, don't they? They know shit's going down. They're like, I'm going to be here to witness this stuff. So anyway, I'd started feeling contractions. First, I thought we were sitting at the duck pond, Zeke and I, one morning. It was about sort of 10, 11 o'clock, and I was thinking to myself, I really need to stop wearing maternity jeans. I need to just embrace the leggings, right? I need to embrace the tights from here on in. I had a week to go until I was considered, 40 weeks until my due date. Just a bit uncomfortable in these jeans. So that was that. And then there was probably a couple of contractions within the next hour that I was like, might just call Jake. So anyway, got home and it was time for Zeke to have his nap. So I got him into his bed and into his cot, and he wasn't that interested in napping. He wasn't upset or protesting or anything. He just was stuffing around in his cot, rolling around. And, after 45 minutes, I was like, okay, wow, I really need him to go to sleep. I'm definitely in labor. And so by then my contractions were pretty much at least 2 minutes apart and quite strong. Things escalated pretty quickly. I still kind of was in denial as well. I don't know why. Both times with labor, I'm like, oh, it's fine. It's not really happening. I've heard plenty of stories of them fizzling out, and I didn't want to be disappointed. And so anyway, after 45 minutes of him just stuffing around, not going to sleep, and I was like, right, I really want to get him to sleep. So I waited between contractions and I climbed in his cot, and I noticed he'd taken off his nappy. So I was like, great. He's going to pee in the bed, whatever. There's a mattress protector on. That's fine. Let's just do this. And so from there, I'd climbed in and I was like, I'll feed him to sleep. Do you want to be fed to sleep kind of thing? And he was like, yeah. So I am in labor, quite active labor at this stage. I'd called the midwives. Jake was home. And I am enjoying this beautiful time of feeding my eldest to sleep, knowing that the next babe is about to arrive. So he's fallen asleep and my waters have broken in his cot because I'm assuming the breastfeeding stimulated a big surge in oxytocin, which accelerated labor. So therefore my waters broke in his bed. And so I'm like now the sheets are really messed up. Anyway, so he's asleep. I again waited between contractions. I think by this time they'd gotten really short. I was guessing maybe a minute between. So I've climbed out of his cot between contractions and literally just sort of hit the deck. And then 2 hours later, Oscar was born. There was about an hour where Zeke slept, and then an hour when he was out and about with us. Maybe even 2 hours. It might have been 3 hours from feeding Zeke to sleep. No, it was about 2 hours. Anyway, it was fast and ferocious. It was a contraction every minute that lasted for about 45 seconds, and then a 20 to 15 second break. And I don't remember a lot from my first labor. And like I said, there was no interventions or drugs or anything. So it's not like, it was just mostly just that was sort of forgotten. But I remember consciously being in labor with Oscar and being like, whoa, like, what have I done? Why are we doing this? No, right? And that was obviously transition phase as well. But I still remember that. I can feel it, you know? And so this time around, I'm like, I decided that each birth gets shorter than the last. And I'm thinking, wow, so that could mean I've got like an hour labor ahead of me, which is going to be really ferocious, right? And so I've been really putting off thinking about birth. And the last 2 pregnancies, I was so excited for birth. And like I said, they were both great and fine. And I was empowered and, you know, respected and all those kind of things. And I was excited. And this time I'm not excited. And I was getting Oscar back to sleep. It was ridiculous, 2 o'clock in the morning or something the other night. And I kind of was just there going, I know there's a baby in my belly and the only way out is through. And I have to do that. And it's going to be this and it's going to be that.